Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. This webinar conducted by International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. As you all know that homeopathy is facing a lot of threat from different parts of the world, but homeopathy is growing and it is the second largest system practicing all over the world. And today, let us begin the session with 1 minute silent prayer. Thank you. Today we have a guest in Dr.Shelly Sharma. She has completed MD, has a lot of experience. She has been answering, she has been awarded PhD degree from Defense Minister of India, Sri Regina 23. She did her diploma in IACH Greece also. She practiced since 2011 independently in Maharashtra. She is a researcher. Dr. Shelly Sharma has been publishing and presenting her scientific research papers nationally as well as internationally, Dubai, Germany, Italy, and many more places. She had presented papers and has been publishing research articles, scientific research journals nationally and internationally. We have was awarded the best case presentation in Liga 2019. Invited national radio channels to educate people about development. Invited as a key speaker to many colleges and conducted educative webinars for students, doctors, nationally and internationally. And she has been presenting a lot of papers in our forum. She is one of the best presenter in our forum. A lot of good cases. She has published a lot of good cases in this forum also. And today she is talking about Materia Medica of Pediatrics. Already she had presented papers on Dr. Shelly Sharma to this forum. Very.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. So
yes. We can clearly.
Good evening, everyone. And I'm Dr. Shelly. And today, this is our third session on pediatrics, right? So in the first session, we spoke about how important it is to treat pediatrics classically and what are the difficulties you face when you treat pediatric cases. So our next topic for the next session was how to analyze and evaluate cases of pediatrics as well as how to take out the pediatric rubrics and to understand what is the basic need of every child. Okay, so today our session will be on materia medica. So it is very difficult many of times to understand the materia medica of children. Okay, so what we do, we limit ourselves a lot. Like, chalo fever hai, we will give Kali Phos, or you have tonsillitis, you give belladonna, but we do not understand the need, why we need to give classical homeopathy. More than that, I've been finding people finding very difficult to understand the mind of a child. So here today, I would like to just give you some sneak peeks into understanding how you will understand materia medica of a child. I'll just give you some direction. This is one aspect of every remedy which I will be discussing about, but trust me, it is very, very deep, right? So let us first give thank you to Dr. Samuel Hahnemann for such a wonderful science, for such a wonderful classical homeopathic science, which is a very wonderful gift for humankind. So now the question arises, how do I understand pediatric materia medica? Okay, we have materia medica, but it is very difficult to understand how. So, in so many cases, I have tried to evaluate a case and understood materia medica for a remedy. Like, for example, in my last talk, I spoke about dull camera. So how one case I cracked and then I understood one psychodynamics of dull camera. And then many dull cameras I was about to prescribe, like rust talks, how I was giving constitutionally to children. on their movements, on their liveliness, on their timidity, and how I correlated everything and how stocks works for children. So, there are many ways how you can understand materia medica. Most important way how you can understand pediatric materia medica is through observations. So whenever a child comes to your clinic, develop an art of observation. Every child will teach you something about materia medica. Like for example, a lachesis, when he will enter your clinic, he will not directly enter to your clinic. Whenever he is entering to your clinic, how is a snake? Whenever a snake is coming out of his bill, he is very slow and very conscious, and he takes note of everything around. And when he feels everything is okay, there is no one there to attack on me, and then he becomes free and he's just a free bird. So also is a lachesis child. Whenever he will come to your clinic, he will never directly come close to you. He will first get into your consultation. He will look here and there, take an idea of the physician, how is the doctor, whether the doctor is very dominating, very strict, or he's a very casual doctor, what all things are there in the clinic. And once he is comfortable, he will try to touch here and there, or he will try to become friendly with you. The very opposite is of tarantula. Now, what is tarantula? He's a very energetic remedy. He's a very heedless remedy. So once he'll enter, he will not see right and left. He will just try to touch everything. What is a tarantula? Tarantula is what? It's a makri. It's a spider. It has so many limbs. So just imagine a person who's having so many limbs, how much capacity he has to work for. So this is the energy of tarantula, which I'll discuss later on in this presentation. So these are few of the examples how you'll understand a remedy, how you'll study a child through observations. Now, second way how you can understand materia medica is by understanding history or the journey of a case. Like for example, I had discussed about a child whom I gave magnesium ure. Fever was for 8 months. How it started after the fights of her parents. So because of the fights of her parents, which is the rubric I took was ailments from discords, I understood the materia medica of the personality and of the remedy, and I gave a magnesium ure. And this helped me to explore magnesium in a deeper aspect. So through understanding the history of your patient or your child, through understanding the journey of your child, you can learn materia medica. Third most important way how you can learn a materia medica is through rubrics. So whatever rubrics you have in your clinic or whatever rubrics you see in your repertory, just try to understand the rubrics, connect the rubrics, and try to build your material. Like for example, when you see the rubric domination, okay, we most of the time think of the remedy which is platina. We think of the remedy dull cam. We don't think of dull camera, but dull camera is one of the most dominating remedy, right? Whenever you see the rubric unsympathetic, the remedy which is most unsympathetic in our materia medica is what? It is remedy of heart, which is digitalis. Digitalis is one of the most unsympathetic human being in our materia medica. So this is how you can understand through rubrics. Like I'll tell you about a child, that patient, how I understood, how I entered the rubric, how I prescribed him the remedy. So I'll give an example. So I had a child, there was a child who was 8 to 9 years old child. He was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. So actually he used to come with his mother. So I had observed that the child had a lot of dark rings below his eye, and he was little retarded kind of child, not very active, very shy. There was something wrong about him. So I said to his parents, just get his thyroid checked once. So when they checked the thyroid, it came out to be hypothyroid. So doctor suggested him to start for allopathic medication. But their family had a very great trust upon me. We had wonderful results. We decided to go with homeopathy. So in the whole case, I couldn't get anything. I was taking, how is he? I'm talking to him. And then whenever I look at him, he's just looking down, or he's looking to the right, he's looking to the left. And then I'm talking to his parent. At that time, he's looking at me. And he was not giving any answer. I was not getting any proper history. What I want, Like I was getting a history, but I was not getting a totality. Something was missing in the case, But there was one repeated movement in him. The repeated movement was what, whenever I was looking at the child, he was looking down, or he was looking to the left or looking to the right. As if वो नजरें छुपा रहा था. He was hiding his vision, or बोलते हैं, he didn't want to have an eye to eye contact with me. So there is a rubric which I hunted for, was evading the look of the person. So evading is what? Not just to hide his look. So that rubric, you have 4 remedies. You have agaricus, you have remedy natrum muraticum, you have remedy plumbum, and you have remedy stramonium. And so I gave him the remedy stramonium. And through this rubric, I understood the psychodynamics of stramonium. I understand why stramonium is evading the loop, and I understood another aspect of the remedy stramonium. Okay, so from a single rubric, you can build a castle. But of course, the castle which you build has to be evidence based. You cannot just build any castle. It has to have evidence. Okay, whatever rubric you select, whatever materia medica you understand in your cases, you have to have evidence. So the other way how you can understand a case is through rubric. Now next is through retrospective study of cases. So whenever you have pediatric cases, try to study them again. Like what was in this child? Why I gave this remedy? Why it worked? What was her mental symptom? What is the physical symptoms? Try to understand that. And most important, always have a very, very broad view of your cases and rubric. Try to correlate them. So when you develop this habit, it becomes very easy to understand pediatric materia medica. So Hahnemann always says, I wish this is one of my favorite aphorism and footnote, where he says that please observe, develop the art of observation. Whenever physician has finished writing down all these cases, all the particulars, please note down whatever is observed. So make a habit of observation in your clinic. So whenever you have a case, just make a habit. In my case paper, I have made a particular separate section where I note down all the observations of my patient. And if I repeatedly get the same observation in this remedy, I make sure that this remedy, this rubric has to be considered. So you try to develop your own observation. Fine. So let us go ahead. So last time we spoke about 5 critical needs of children. I'll not go deep into it. I'll just give you a brush up. I spoke about what is the need of a child, respect, importance, being included, accepted, and secure. And we spoke about the remedies which come under these. A need. See, you will not fall sick till you have a need. If you have a need, that need is not fulfilled, of course, there will be a cycle which will begin and which can lead to pathology. So these are the 5 critical needs of the children, which we had discussed. Okay, so whenever you understand any pediatric child or any pediatric remedy, try to understand at the level of mind, emotions, and body. Try to understand in these levels, okay? Now, observation is not just to see, but to look into. Whenever you observe, just don't just see that, the color is red, the color is pink. Just look into the color. Make a habit of looking behind the color. Make a habit of looking the color combinations. Why this color is red? Try to understand that. How is the red presenting? Whether this red is glossy or it is matte. So when you look into that is observation, because observation is non-verbal communication, and the most authentic communication is non-verbal. It speaks a lot. They are one-liners, in just one line, in just one observation, in just one gesture, you can understand the whole personality. For example, if a child is sitting in your clinic erect, her spine is erect, she's sitting very erect, very erect, you come to know she's a very diligent child. Why? Because they're always in a flight and fight mode. They're always ready. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, I'll do this. They're very, very much diligent and conscientious people. If the person is sitting very erect and sitting at the corner of the chair and his legs are restless, it means this remedy is very anticipatory. Why? Because he's sitting very erect, means he's very alert. He's sitting at the corner of the chair because he's ready to fight, flight, and his legs are restless, is making his body move. Anything happens, I will run away. So these remedies are like argentum nitricum. Remedies are like you have rustox, gelsemium, like these remedies, medorinum or millilotus. You know, the gesture of millilotus, whenever millilotus will sit, he will sit, he will have that body language in a way that, you know, someone is going to attack him. There's a danger around him. This is the body language of millilotus. So non-verbal communication, try to understand in your children in pediatric cases. Okay, let us go ahead. So observations help us to select rubric. Observations help us to understand miasm. How miasm? There are three miasms: sora, psycho, syphilitic. Okay, syphilitic is a more destructive miasm. Psychosis is what? Constructive. Accumulative miasm. Soric is what? More constructive and inflammatory miasm. So, if the person is born syphilitic, he will have some destructive traits in his body. Somewhere, you will observe that also. Like somewhere his teeth are crumpled, or the teeth which, like creosote, a child, creosote child, a tarantula child, they're very destructive. So whenever they have teeth, the teeth which are coming out are carried because it's a syphilitic miasm. Because of that, his teeth are carried. So you have to search for miasms also. And observations helps to understand. And the most important part of observation is to help us in final differentiation of the remedy. So whenever you pay attention to observations, you make your prescriptions much smoother. One. Second, the prescriptions are more confirmatory because you have got non-verbal communication. Your observations are your subconscious mind which is coming up, you know. You have three minds, we all know. We have a conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Conscious is what? Our intellect. Now we are listening to the lecture. We are sitting, I'm talking. This is my conscious mind. It is in my control. Okay, this is my compensated mind for the world. But there's something which is unconscious, subconscious mind, which is inside me, which maybe I'm not aware of. For example, if I may talk very sophisticatedly, suppose a remedy, let us take the remedy Corallum rubrum. Okay, he may be very sophisticated whenever he's in public, right? He will talk very nicely, he'll sit very nicely. But the moment there is any attack, he will start abusing subconsciously. His reaction will be to abuse, and because Corallum rubrum has subconsciously abusive language. This is his non-verbal communication. This is something which is coming from a subconscious mind. So it is very important to catch symptoms or rubrics which are coming from your subconscious mind. Fine, let us go ahead. So this is the importance of observation. For all my cases, and for you all, please, please, please develop this art. This will take you far beyond. This is one of the most important aspects of case taking. Do not ignore this. Fine? Now, what do you observe when a child comes to your clinic? For example, I'm just talking, this is a very broad aspect. Okay, there are so many compartments to it, but I'm talking a very broad aspect because we have a very limited time. So what you'll observe if you meet someone, first thing what you observe at a very superficial level is, oh, this person is very timid, very shy, is not coming in front of people. Like lycopodium, barataka, right? Silica, or some remedies very bold. They will talk boldly, they will not shy, like sulfur, remedy like cannabis indica, remedy like belladonna, lacus, they're very bold people. Some people, when you talk, you get a feel, you know, she's so cute, she's so lovable. I just want to hug her. She gives you that message. These are non-verbal communication which your patient is throwing. Some children, you know, you just want the child to come near you. You would like to talk to her. They will give you a non-verbal communication of lovability. Remedies like phosphorus, remedies like chocolate, remedy like Paris, remedy like calcarea phos. Example. Some children, you will get a message that they're very responsible, very diligent, right? And some people, the parent will say, my child doesn't listen. I say to go right and they'll go left, like Mercury. Or very responsible children like carcinosin, natrum muraticum, cocculus indicus. They're very responsible children, right? Now, some remedies, when you come, they're very introvert. And some children are very extrovert. I remember a case. There was a child, I was taking the history of the mother. Something happened and I just appreciated her mother. Are you're so nice, you're so tolerant. And the child is telling what my mother, she's tolerant, she's very this and that. And started talking all nonsense about the mother, her how mothers are most of the time. So he was so extrovert, he just spoke whatever he wanted to. So you get, he's such an extrovert, he has no barrier, just telling the truth. Like remedy is what? Remedy is go wisdom. Okay. Now some children, they come, they try to dominate. You feel being dominated. I will wear green color dress only. I want to wear it matching with yellow color shoe. I will not tolerate any dress. I want this dress. I want that. They're so dominating children, They're very bossy. Dadi Amma remedies. Remedies like what? Arsenic. Remedy is like what? Ice chimus. Remedy which are very dominating are Del camera. They're very dominating. Stramonium, very bossy children. Like pulsatilla, silicia, etc., etc., etc. Fine. So we'll talk in short about this. So this, you all read this article about Dr. Bruce Lipton. Note his name, Dr. Bruce Lipton. He made a very good study. He made a study which tells that your mind controls the genes, right? Your mind, your thoughts, positive or negative, will control the genes. And the thoughts can change the biology. So whatever you're thinking, whatever thoughts you have, be it positive or negative, these thoughts, this thinking can affect your genes. They can affect the biology. Okay, because every moment, we as human beings are not just physical body. We are something beyond that, right? We are energy. Now science is telling that we are hard. We seem to be hard, right? We are not hard. We are made of numerous atoms. We are made up of numerous atoms. And these atoms are just connected to each other through electromagnetic forces, which we understand today through quantum science. Now, we are connected to electromagnetic forces. Now, these electromagnetic forces are influenced by our thoughts, are influenced by our emotions. Whatever thoughts you have, whatever emotions you have, okay, they will influence not only your biology, but they influence people. Let's just read this article.
Doctor, please. I have noted everyone. Please continue. Yes, doctor, please continue. As there was some disturbance, I just muted everyone.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, someone had muted me. I don't know how I got muted. Fine.
No, I just muted everyone. So that there was some disturbance, I just muted everyone. So
Okay.
you can continue now.
Okay, fine. So your genes can alone change what genes are expressed. We can't change a genotype, but gene expression is mediated by the choice we make and the behavior we choose. So how important it is for us to be positive. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Now, let us understand some materia medica, pediatric materia medica. Let us understand the mental, emotional journey of the patient, of our materia medica. So, pediatric materia medica, I'm very close to understanding the mind of child, One reason is they're very innocent. Second, they are never understood. So it feels good to understand them. And this is one of the most least discovered thing, because we understand mentals of arsenic, but it's very difficult to understand an arsenic child. It is easy for us to understand Kali self as a person, but how difficult it is to prescribe in a pediatric child. So this is again a part of art, which I really enjoy. So I would like to share some angles of Materia Medica. This is just one angle. Every Materia Medica has 360 view. I'm trying to explore a lot of angles, but here I'm going to share very few, very limited angles, right? So, Pediatric Materia Medica. Let us understand the remedy graphitis. I think we spoke about graphitis last time, but I'll just talk about it in short about graphitis. So, graphitis is what? It is a carbon, right? Now, what is a carbon? If you have to understand carbon, you have to understand one thing about carbon is they do not have inertia, right? They don't have inertia. Means what? These people, these children who are carbons or graphites don't have enough energy, enough fuel in their body. They're always tired. They are usually fat, chilly. They're very tired. हमेशा थके हुए रहते हैं. If they have an extra class, they will fall sick. They're so tired people. Okay, basically. They have tendency to take cold easily. They have tendency to constipation. So many of times they seem very much like calcareas. Now, what is the difference between a calcarea and a graphitis? We have understood one is they are always tired, they are very slow, they don't have inertia, they catch cold easily, they have constipation, they are very fat people, they are very chilly, tendency to skin eruptions. They look so much like calcarea. Now, how to differentiate between calcarea and graphitis? Now, graphitis is a carbon. Carbon is very sarcastic. So these children are very sarcastic. But you will not find sarcasm in calcarea. Calcarea are more innocent. They are more, though they are slow, they don't have energy, but they're very diligent. Whereas these carbons are not diligent. But calcareas are very diligent. They will take all the tasks, they will complete all the tasks, how much ever tired they are. For example, if they have given a homework to write 5 chapters, they will sit for the whole night. Though they are slow, they will complete that. But graphitis, they'll write 1 chapter and 2 and they are very, very tired. So two things come into mind. One is they don't have inertia, and second thing is what? Is that they are very non-diligent. Okay. Now, again, graphitis. There's very interesting thing about graphitis is they are very, you know what? Impudent is a symptom. Impudent. Now, what do you mean by impudent? Impudent का मतलब ये होता है that if someone is shouting at the graphitis child, okay, instead of keeping quiet, these children will make fun of the opposite person and they start laughing at the face. This is a very strange symptom of graphitis. They do not show respect to elders. They have history of skin affections. They cannot take any change. A slight change in their timetable, they cannot bear it. Affectation, irritable children, always tired. Like Beretta carb, Calcarea carb, carbobed, silica, zinc, and kali. Shy people, rude and disrespectful children. Okay. Rust talks. We spoke about it last time. So these children, whenever you think about rust talks, see the energy of the child. They're very energetic children. Rust talks, right? Whenever you see again, whenever you're understanding Materia Medica, no, try to understand the feel of your remedy. Feel that child, and if I'm talking to you about rust talks, try to feel rust talks. How will be a rust talks? Just try to feel him. He will be very energetic. He will be very restless. They are very playful child, right? They just want to play. The mother will tell, my child is so much interested in sports. He is very good in sports. They love play because Rustok like movements. Rustok likes to be in process. So these children like to be in movements. They will be always moving about. They will be never tired. Very energetic, right? Very playful. Along with that, you will see these children praying to God. Same like Calcaria. Calcaria is also very religious. Rustox is also religious. But Calcaria is religious. Why? Because they are depending on God for the support. But Rustox is religious because he's a little superstitious. So whenever a cat will go, they will not cross the lane. This is the you will see in children also. These little things, so they are very jovial children. They like to enjoy. They like to even when they're sick. Very interesting thing about the Rustox is whenever you have a child, a pediatric child, or any patient, whenever he's sick, but he's very active during sickness, he will not complain. Think of Rustox. He's active. The mother will say, yeah, my child is having fever, but is jumping from one couch to another. He's just playing around. He's not ready to lie down. Why? One, because it's their very energetic remedy. Second, better by movements. Third, they are non-complaining children. Okay, but later on, as Rustox develops his pathology, they become very anxious. That's a different story about it. So this is in short about Rustox. Very nervous people. Yeah. Now let us talk about magnesiums. Okay. So magnesium is what? Magnesium is that personality or that child in your clinic who needs everything. This child needs love. Okay. This child needs security. This child needs affection. This child needs recognition and acceptance. They need everything. Now let us break these things. Right? Now, what is love? Love is what? Love is something which is uncompensated behavior, right? Love is something which is not like, it is something which is to be given. Now, if someone needs love, no, why you need love, because they don't have the feeling of being loved. They're not fulfilled with love. If I need security, why? Because I'm insecure. If I need affection, if a child says, oh, I want affection, please tell me I love you, please tell me no, please hug me no, please kiss me no. Why this child will need affection is because they need affirmation that yes, I'm there of yours, I'm there for you. These magnesium children always feel unrecognized and unaccepted. They are like orphan. We have read they are orphan. Now, what do you mean by orphan? You cannot give magnesium to all orphan children, right? So I was attached with an orphanage. They were all girls who were rape victims. They didn't have parents. I give them as a service. I treat them with homeopathic medication. Not a single child I got of magnesium. You got I got arnica constitution children. I got opium constitution children in them. I got calcaria first, but not magnesium. So orphan doesn't mean that that person doesn't have parents. Orphan is something how you deal with when you don't have parents. So this magnesium child, though he has a parent, he will always feel unloved. Though he has support, he will always feel, what if my father and mother will not take care of me? They will love my another brother. What if they will not love me in public place? They always have that feeling, The situation of magnesium is like, see, whenever you go to your neighbor's house, how you feel when you go into your neighbor's house? The same feeling is magnesium in this universe. मेरा कोई नहीं है, मुझे किसी और के घर पे रहना है. I have to stay in someone else's house, so I have to be well behaved. I don't have to demand. So whenever you go to your neighbor's house, child will never demand, I want to eat this and that. They will eat whatever is given because they know I can't make demands because I'm not in my house. I'm in a neighbor's house. So magnesium, even in their house, they will feel I cannot demand because if I demand, I will not be loved or I will not be accepted by my family. So these children are never demanding. So gradually what happens, they are never demanding, but they want love. They are never demanding, but they want to be accepted. What this child will do is they will gradually become introvert. They will repress their feelings, right? They will not suppress. Suppression is what? You at least have a knowledge that I want this and I have not got love. That is in the condition of natural. But here they don't even know as they grow that I want love, I want acceptance, I want recognition, I want affection. They don't know. They repress it to the subconscious level. They will never demand. So these people get introvert, but all their needs are repressed. Now, because their needs are repressed, they need it, but it is repressed. So need and repression ke beech mein comes anxiety and nervousness. Because they are not aware what they want, this makes the children very anxious and nervous. Also, magnesium people, when they grow up, they can be very anticipatory, very irritable. Along with that, they don't like aggression. Whenever there are fights around him, whenever his parents are fighting, whenever anyone in the society is fighting, they cannot take it. They hate aggression. Why? Because they feel aggression means what? Separation. And they want harmony. So we have a rubric, harmony, desire for. Because they want everyone to be together. Because when they feel they are together, he feels secure. He feels recognized. He feels accepted. Right? Magnesiums are always the one who are sacrificed. Okay. So at a distance, they may seem shy, not interested in anything. These children may be very weak in study, but actually they go into repression. Okay. They always have a forsaken feeling of not being loved by their parents or friends. Though they get love, they always have that feeling. They can't tolerate this harmony. Now let us talk about the remedies. Stramonium. What you can see in this image, always remember these eyes. The center of this remedy is fear, 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 fear. Okay, I had a case of child. She was having disruptive mood disorders. She was 8th standard old child. She became very violent and a lot of things. The whole history was taken and this remedy was given. And to my surprise, with this remedy, there was a drastic change in her behavior. Then I understood stramonium in children. So here is what I'm going to share about you in this case. Okay. But the central pathology of stramonium is fear. So there are so many remedies who come from fear. So we have to understand and break fear more deeper. Why they feel fearful. And when they feel fearful, what they do. Okay. Now, normally, whenever you see a personality which is stramonium, not necessarily will see those violence and religiousness. No. The first impression, or when a stramonium is a normal child, maybe he's not in a very big syphilitic pathology. They're very talkative children. They like to laugh, they like to sing, they like to dance, they're full of life. Right? They are boasters. These children talk big, big things about themselves. Right? But inside, they are very emotional. They have intense emotions inside, So you can get it, suppose there's a child, she is maybe 9 years old child, maybe, and the mother says, how's her nature? But she's such a good child. If anyone comes at home, she'll talk to everyone. Okay, she will dance in front of everyone. She will laugh. She's full of life. Everyone enjoys with her. Okay, and what she does, whenever anyone comes to her house, she will show all her belongings, how good she is. Okay, because they are very boasters, like sulfur. But I don't know why, doctor. At night, whenever light goes, she gets up and she's frightened. She startles and sleep. Why? Because there's subconscious element of fear. So this stramonium carries a subconscious element of fear and violence. Okay. Now, when they have fear and violence is when, because behind fear and violence is they have a strong need of support, like calcaria. They are so much like calcaria, they want support. Whenever the support goes away, they go into a state of fear. and they go in a state of violence. For example, imagine you sitting on a stool. It's a long, big stool. You're sitting on a stool, and suddenly someone takes away the stool below you, and you will fall on the ground very badly. You may even die. Okay, so that is the thought process of strimonium. Whenever they lose support, their pathology will start. They have a strong desire for support. Okay, so they are very sensitive when they are left alone. They are very sensitive in fearful situations. Whenever they lose support, so support may be their friend, their father, their mother, anyone. Okay, also they have a history of being abused. So once this happens, these children start clinging. So you have a rubric clinging in strimonium. They just want to cling anyone near them, especially their mother. So see, just imagine yourself or a child. You're sitting on a very tall stool. It's a very tall stool, right? And there is a thin wire going by, and suddenly you lose the support. So how will be the situation? You're falling down. You will be startled. Oh God, I'll fall, I'll break, I'll die. And you'll try to hold on anything like mad, So this is the clinging of strimonium. Okay. Now I can again tell you what is the difference between the cling of strimonium, Paretica, borax. You have to differentiate all these three clings also. So I'm explaining the cling of strimonium. Again, I can tell you an example of strimonium is, suppose you are in a room, which is a dark room. There is no door, there is no window, but a lion in that. So that state will be of strimonium. The death is coming. I'm going to die. Or a fish which is out of the fish bowl, without air, without water. She is so restless. This will be the restlessness of strimonium, violence of strimonium. So we can see the fish being restless and violent, but behind that violence is fear. They can be very abusive. Then they have a lot of religious affections. So this is strimonium in short. Okay. Natrums. Let's go to natrums. We have just 20, 30, I think 15 minutes left. I'll rush. So we have natrum children. Now, how is natrum? The first thing which should come to your mind when you see natrum is hunt for precocity in this children. So we have a rubric precautious. So in the beginning, as I said, whenever you see a child, you feel something. Okay, in some children you will feel responsibility. In some children you will feel they're timid. In some children you will feel they're bold. Strimonium is a very bold remedy. In some children you will feel very graceful. Some children are timid. So here with natrums you will feel that this child is precautious at emotional level. They are very sympathetic towards animals, to the suffering of people around. Whenever natrum talks to you, they will talk, why this person is handicapped? How will he survive? Oh, why to kill animal? They are also human being. You have this joke, like, I can't eat this chicken. It has life. So these are the thoughts of natrum erratic. Very, very sympathetic remedy. Okay? Sympathetic remedy towards animals and suffering of other people. Now, these children will have a lot of questions, same like sulfur. Now, the difference between questions of sulfur and natrum will be, sulfur will ask questions about universe, about functioning of the world, about philosophy. Natrum will ask questions about relationship, about emotions, about animal suffering. Right? This will be the difference. One strong observatory symptom in natrum is they always have a very thin and long neck. So you have emaciation of neck. They have a long and thin neck. They are natrums. Always well dressed. But natrum carp, they lack elegance. Natrum carp will not be very well dressed. The only natrum which wants elegance is natrum carp. But otherwise, natrum children are well dressed. They always help their parents by taking care of younger siblings, right? They always will help their friends their younger siblings, their parents. They're very helpful people. Whenever they're hurt, no, they don't have the capacity to express. They'll just keep it inside. So this is here where the pathology will begin. Whenever a natural will get hurt, she will never express her emotions. Natural child will never express. She will take things in inwards. Why? Because these children are very sensitive to emotions, very sensitive to hurt. So if they are hurt, they understand the pain. So they cannot give pain even to their enemies. So this is the sensitivity of natural. They understand the pain. You know, it is said, those who knows what hunger is, they will never let anyone sleep in hunger. So those who know what emotional pain is, they can never give emotional pain to anyone, not even the enemy. This is natural. So what they do is they will become very sad. They will start becoming introvert. How? They will create what you call a wall around the emotions. Suppose this is an emotion. This is a very healthy emotion. Now, what do you mean by healthy emotion? Healthy emotion is where there's an exchange of emotions. Right? When you say it's a healthy relationship, when with whomsoever you are in a relationship, be it your mother, be it your father, be it your siblings, be your husband, be your children, it's healthy when there is an exchange of emotions, exchange of thoughts, right? When there's a comfort zone in exchanging. But here, natural mu will start putting a layer on her emotions. Why? Because she knows that if my emotions are open, I have got hurt once, I cannot tolerate it again. So she will start building a wall, thick wall around her. So they become introvert. They start becoming sad. They will smile, but the sadness will be seen in the eyes. So always look into the eyes of a natural. They will always speak about the sadness. There will be depth in her eyes, because the eyes, you know, they are the reflection of your soul. So you see the eyes of natural. These children are well behaved. They need affection, but they will never show. They have a strong desire for soil. Now let us talk about carcinosin.
Yes,
So
doctor.
what? Yeah, tell me.
I think we can conclude the session, and then we can go for an interactive session, and we can have another session of you in the coming days as per your convenience, because it's a wonderful session. Really, what a presentation! Something like a comparative materia medica. You're just bombarding with your knowledge in this forum. How
Thank you.
beautifully.
Thank you.
And this is what every homeopath need to study. If a homeopathic doctor study like this, definitely he will be a winner by all means. I mean, right, doctor?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Shall we go for a discussion? Just
Yeah, we can
only
go for
10 minutes
discussion. No
more
problem.
remaining. Yes, yes. Those who want to speak to, we can allow you to.
Hello.
And this is something I would like this very essential practitioner by all means. And now I invite Dr. Dr. Shelly.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Narayan, speak. Please unmute and just
Yes, sir. Are you hearing, sir?
speak. Dr. Narayan, speak, unmute and speak.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
This is an excellent Materia Medica in differential diagnosis of Materia Medica concerning children is very excellent presentation, sir, by Shelly. So
Thank you.
can you continue this again next week? Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir, this session will be
Yes,
continued
we
next
will
session.
have another session.
Yes, sir.
Definitely,
Yes,
we
sir.
will have another session.
No,
Guys.
sir. This is excellent
And
session, sir.
we will fix. Definitely, she is one of the best presenter in
Yes.
this forum, and she has presented already 3 presentations. So definitely,
Oh.
we can expect more presentation from Dr. Shelly here.
Yes, yes,
Because
sir.
this will be
I
news for homeopathy. Now let us go
yes,
to
sir.
Dr. B.
This
Do you
is
want to
not
for a few
homeopathy.
minutes?
It is a very, very, very
Yes.
excellent presentation, sir. Continue the sessions also with your.
Yes. So definitely, we will continue. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maria. And now Dr. Bob Lim, please come up and speak. You can speak now.
Okay.
Hello, Bob Lim.
I send my
Dr. Bob
question
Lim.
to the chat. Can I ask doctor what is the remedy for the fat child, but not chili, hot child, hot patient, clean and aircon, you cannot get the history of obesity, of infection, eczema and all this, and he likes to eat a lot. So what is the remedy?
Yes.
So protective of his sibling. He's poor in mathematics.
Yeah, Mr. Dr. Bob, your voice is not audible, so I'm not able to hear you what you're telling.
Yes.
Go to the chat.
Yes.
Can you
We couldn't hear it.
go to chat. I written down the
Clearly.
question on the
What was your
on the
question?
chat box.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, let's go to Dr. Hibbert and we will look into your question. Dr. Hibbert, you can speak now.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Danesh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So I want to have a very good presentation, and the pediatric presentation is very nice, Doctor. Thank you a lot. Doctor, I want to ask you, nowadays, small children are not talking. Even though they have the skill to talk, they are not deaf or dumb, anything like that, but they are not speaking because of I think that they are using more mobiles, and why these children, small babes, 2-3 years, they are not talking. So what we can do in such cases, we can manage that type of cases.
Because of mobile, they have addiction.
Yeah.
So lifestyle changes. You can just do one thing is make your child more social. I have a couple of cases, post-COVID, this children became autistic because they were using so much of reels and so much of mobile that, they got autistic spectrum disorder. The reason being is, after every 30-60 minutes, even for us, I'm telling you, when we scroll the reels, we have a constant dopamine surge in our head, and that somewhere is affecting the child pathway. What do you call it? It affects the child's neurons pathway, right? So the only way how you can manage is make the child more social, make him do more activities which will connect his right and left brain, and third, lifestyle changes. Give him more habit of problem solving, puzzles, make him read. Only this you can. And if they have really developed something, a very big pathology, you have to take the entire case and you have to treat the child with the proper remedy.
Yeah, that is a common, now it is a very common problem.
Yeah.
So,
The question from Dr. Boblim was that fat, but
Thank you, doctor.
hot
Thank you.
skin affection is it
Yeah.
an air condition. Always want to eat, poor in mathematics. What is the remedy, doctor? It is there in the chat box.
So,
Hot
So, you
patient,
know,
history of skin affection.
yeah, this is a very limited information we have about this child. This is just giving a one aspect of the child. We have to bury it. We have to dissect the symptoms more deeper. Until till you don't dissect the symptoms, we will not get to the core of the remedy. So it is very difficult at this moment for me to comment about the remedy. It will be a very superficial
Oh,
comment,
exactly. Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, Dr. Boblim, you can contact Dr. Shelly through her phone number, WhatsApp, or some other ways. I shall give you so that you can directly contact her to Hariharan sir to speak, and sir, you can also say
Yeah.
about
Okay.
thanks in
Yeah,
and
thank you,
after.
because I see,
Okay.
I
Please
see
wait.
in your remedy for graphite for fat and chili patient, you see,
Okay.
the skin affection in the graphite. So what is the opposite for graphite? Because that patient is fat and hot, but the symptoms is almost the same.
What is the opposite? What is the opposite of? Actually,
Graphite.
doctor,
Graphite is.
it is not clear. The problem
Okay, because I am outside.
is that we
So
couldn't hear
the-
exactly what you're. As the case is incomplete, as the time is running out, we will have to go to other person, and we can definitely. You may please forward the question to my WhatsApp, and I shall share it to Dr. Shelly, and so that you will have a direct access to. You can have direct access Shelly, and you can clear your your doubts here. And now it's up to Dr. Hariharan sir to complete the session. As
Dr. Shirley,
Yes, sir.
your constitutional prescription regarding the children is very, very nice. And a lot of other things also should be included that I am not discussing here because lack of time. I like to know, see, the book you have recommended for to find out this constitution. See, please put in chat box. And next thing is, we are grateful to you, and on behalf of IFPS and other members, I am saying thanks to you. Come again with the another subject to the platform or the continuation of this subject. Okay, thank you very much. Please put that book name in your chat box. It will be convenient to us by it. Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.
I'll also, Dr. Danish, I will share my
Dr. Hari.
ID.
Yes.
So if anyone won't have any
Yes, sir.
query, they just mail me. Right?
Yes,
I'll just share it. I'll share my email ID. I'll share my Instagram page where I keep sharing a lot of videos and posts about homeopathic materia medica. So I'll just share it. Okay.
Okay. Please share. And with that, we come to the end of the 1077th day of uninterrupted webinar from International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. Tomorrow, we will have a session from Mr. Dari, and he is talking about the so-called pandemic. And as you know, he has presented another session last week, solutions for global pandemics. This is the subject to be discussed tomorrow, the second part of the same. And I hope everybody will be there exactly at 8 p.m. in the English session and 7 p.m. at Hindi session. Thank you all. And it is over to Dr. Hibbert to begin the Malayalam session.